Today, I'm going to show you my favorite nut. I'm pretty sure it is my favorite nut. Yes, can confirm. It is my favorite nut. Almonds. Yes. I'm going to show you how to blanch them, make almond meal, almond flour, and how to make almond butter. My name is Paul Tran. This is Paul Tran, Baker Man. If you're interested in making your own almond butter, almond meal, or you're just have blanched almonds for any reason, you're gonna want to know how to blanch almonds, and it's incredibly easy. So first, start off with a pot of water, a boiling pot of water. Blanching is just a really easy way of getting all that skin right off, making your almonds skinless. Boil for 30 seconds, and then remove the almonds. Spread them out on your baking tray. You can either start immediately or you can just wait a few minutes for the almonds to cool. But if you squeeze the almond, the skin comes right off. The scientific reason why this works is because the boiling water actually softens the seed coat. That's just that skin, the almond skin that you have. And that's what allows it to just come off its little fleshy embryo so easily. The first time I ever did this was for a Spanish almond cake, and the almond flour at the store was really expensive, but almonds were not. So I just went ahead and blanched the almonds and made flour from it, and it worked beautifully. Eventually, I was like, well, if I could do this, why can't I do this for macaron, cookies? And I did it, and it works beautifully. So, if you're in a place where almond flour is actually pretty expensive, you can easily make your own almond meal or almond flour, and that works just as well. You'll notice sometimes that when you're peeling these almonds that you're gonna find a little bit of skin on them. You can go ahead and take those off if you want. Whenever you go to the store and you find that you have two different kinds of almond meal. You have the almond flour that's been completely white, and then you have almond meal, some meals that have a lot of little flecks in it. That's where the manufacturer didn't actually take off all the skin, and those are typically a little bit cheaper. And so if you're at home, you can either do that, or you can go for the higher, finer quality of almond meal. I keep saying almond meal, but it's kind of goes back and forth between that and almond flour. Spread out your almonds and just let them dry. This will just take a few hours for them to dry, and then we can work with these again. These almonds are completely dry. There's no liquid, or at least they don't feel damp. They may be damp on the inside, but hopefully not too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these within my food processor. So if I want almond flour, I just need a pulse. At this point, there's some pretty big chunks in it. You could actually use this for an almond meal if you wanted to, but if you want an almond flour, you should go a little bit more fine. There. This is almond flour. So it's perfect texture for any sort of macaron or cake, or even just filling of any sort. If you want to make frangipan or marzipan, this is going to be really good. If you want almond butter, just throw in a little bit of salt and just turn it on. What I have is a nice sticky almond butter. The reason why you have almond butter is because the more that you pulse it and the more that you keep grinding down the almonds, the more that you actually release the oils from within it. And so those oils all bunch up and eventually you get a mash. So be careful when you make almond flour, because if you go too far, you're gonna get this nice, beautiful paste. I'm just spreading out a little bit of chocolate cherry toast that I made for breakfast. That is delightful. I like that so much. You can store this in an airtight container at room temperature for weeks. A layer of oil will form on top of the almond butter. Just stir it up a little bit more, or store the container upside down, and you'll be fine. You'll get a nice whipped consistency again. So like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, one, if you've ever made almond butter and for what, or what can I use almond butter for? Because I might be able to use that in a future video and showcase you.